Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy and excited to have this wonderful opportunity to lead you today in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. That grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we gonna let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. I'm so glad that you are here with us on this morning as we tackle another good morning grief devotion. Today is day 290. Today is day 290. And I'm so glad that you would show up. And we're going to talk about I say thank you. I say thank you. Let's talk about it. My grief journey has me working on gratitude. Gratitude is the internal awareness and feeling of being thankful for the gifts in my life. My grief journey has me working on gratitude, and gratitude is the internal awareness and feeling of being thankful for the gifts in my life. But to take that idea one step further, I must also express my gratitude. That not only do I have an internal awareness and feeling of being thankful for the things in my life, but I'm also going to express it, right? Gratitude. I have the internal awareness, right, of being thankful of the stuff that I have, right? But I'm also not just going to feel it internally, but I want to reveal it externally. I want to show my gratitude. Take it one step further, I must express my gratitude. I must say thank you wherever and whenever thanks are due. Thank yous bring my gratitude full circle and help me build a culture of gratitude. One of the great things that you can do as you navigate through this grief journey is to build a culture of gratitude, right? There's this whole concept that you can heal grief with gratitude. And I forgot the name of the lady, but is this lady? She started, and I've shared this with you before. We've done it sometimes in the month of November, leading up to Thanksgiving. But this lady would jolt. She said she would just one little thing that her son died. I believe her son died. It must have been 4th of July or something like that. And yeah, she was in a real dark place and dark space, and she started to pull herself out by gratitude. She started to heal her grief with gratitude and just said, if I can just think of just one little thing, because it seemed like everything around her was bad, everything around her was dark, everything around her was just terrible. And she said, you know what, if I can think of just one little thing, if I can jolt just one little thing. And she began to every day, just one little thing that she was thankful for. And I think she wrote it in her journal, or she did something like that, put it in her journal or something. But she started to pull herself out of grief, or she started to navigate through her grief journey by jolting just one little thing, right? And if you look around, right, remember, I tell you all the time, if all you see is what you see, then you'll fail to see what you need to see. But even in the midst of your situations and circumstances, what is it that you can be grateful for? What is it that you can be thankful for? And I know you might be saying, man, just bury my child, bury my loved one, buried my spouse. I mean, what you mean? What is it that I can be grateful for? I'm in a season of hurting. And I know that's what this platform is about. Even in the midst of your pain, even in the midst of everything you're dealing with and you're going through, if you can heal grief with gratitude, right, then you can jolt. You can just think of just one little thing. I don't care how small it is, how big it is, but if you start to develop a journal, or if you start to heal out loud, you start to navigate through this, you'll start to see um, the many blessings, so many things that even though you feel like everything is against you, you got so many things that are working for you, right? That you'll begin to see that the grace of God is so evident in your life. right? Um, I had I was thinking back yesterday about some stuff that happened 2 weeks ago, and I began to jolt. I just began to say, "Thank you, God. Thank you for lining that piece up with that piece. Thank you for filling in that gap. Because if you didn't fill in that gap, I don't know, things would have been totally different. Thank you for lining that up with that. Because if you didn't, man, it would have been a disaster. Thank you. And it was just little things that I began to see that God made happen, that God connected. And I was driving down the street yesterday, and I just got real jolly and joyous, right? Because if you look around you, remember, I'm going to say it again. If all you see is what you see, the pain, the death, the grief, the misfortune, if all you see is what you see, if all you see is what you see, then you'll fail to see what you need to see. I was reading this post this one time, and it was talking about, how people hate to cut the grass, but it said a yard to cut means you have a house to live in, right? Sometimes all people can see is, I gotta cut this grass. Oh my God, I don't feel like it. This yard is huge and it's big and it's massive. Yeah, but a yard to cut means you have a house to live in, right? How many of y'all love washing dishes? Oh, I gotta wash these dishes. This kitchen is a mess. I gotta wash these dishes. But dishes to wash means you have food to eat, right? But if all you see is what you see, then you fail to see what you need to see. I gotta take this garbage out. Oh man, I gotta take this Yeah, but garbage to take out means that you had things that you had in your house, and you had food, you had other stuff, you had treasures, you had other things, right? If all you see is what you see, then you'll fail to see what you need to see, right? Jolt, you can heal that grief with gratitude, right? Just one little thing. Just one little thing. Something that you could be grateful for, something that you could be thankful for, a silver lining in the midst of the madness, the mayhem, right? When you start to see these little things, you start to see God at work. You start to see his grace. You start to see you start to see his grace in the midst of your grief. You start to see his mercy in the midst of the madness, right? You start to see his hand at play, right? When you open up your eyes, that's what you start to see. To take this one step further, I must also express my gratitude. Say thank you wherever and whenever things are due. Thank yous bring my gratitude full circle and help build a culture of gratitude. Meister Eckhart was a 14th century Christian theologian and mystic. He said, if the only prayer you said was thank you, that would be enough. What can I thank? Who can I thank today? Who can you thank today? Who can you thank today? Here's the final thought. I love you and thank you may be the only two responses to another person I truly ever need. I love you and thank you may be the only two responses to a person I ever truly need. Y'all, you can. Today is day 290. I say thank you. I'm telling you, you can heal grief with gratitude. That's your word for the day. Who can you thank today? Matter of fact, go ahead and make it your objective. Objective. Whether it's a phone call, whether it's a text message, whether it's an email, right? Whether it's a journal. If you just want to journal and just show gratitude towards something or someone that has been instrumental and beneficial as you navigate through this journey, um, say thank you. It don't cost you a thing, right, to open your mouth and say thank you. Thank y'all for joining us on today. I want to thank y'all for showing up, right? Thank you for those illustrations. Yeah, there you go. Sean Spells, absolutely. God working through you, saying, oh, God bless you, Sister Marla. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a change of perspective. You got to shift your perspective. You got to shift your perspective, right? And even those inconveniences can be a blessing, right? The inconveniences can be a blessing. Oh my God, the inconveniences. If you look at it at a different angle, right? That frustration, irritation, and agitation turns into jubilation if you look at it from a different angle, right? Shift your perspective. Have a heart and an attitude of gratitude as you continue to navigate through your grief journey. I thank y'all for showing up. I thank y'all for doing the work. I thank y'all for being present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue and let God do what He desires to do in your heart and in your life. Happy healing to each and every one of you. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Good morning, Grief Devotion. Let's go.